Hello, 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 Libras. How are you guys doing? Welcome. I'm back. I love you guys. It's been a while, right? For those of you that are brand new, thank you for coming. My name is Patty, Divine Warrior Intuitive. I do have a website, divinewarriorintuitive.com. If you're looking for a one-on-one reading, or if you're looking for some coaching, transformational coaching, please go there. I have lots of videos on how to do that and how I work. All right, so let's get started. Libras, I just got done with Aries here. We are going to go with you guys. This is for June 19th through the end of the month. Gosh, we had a full moon last couple of, I think there's an all general reading, but I did a full moon reading. And it was all about communication, really all about communication. No, and for those that don't know, yeah, I do have a harness, or not a harness, but a brace on. I had surgery. I've had 3 surgeries in the last year. So that's why, one of the reasons why I was gone quite a bit. Okay, you want to pop out? Fine. Sure, not a problem. Thank you for not dropping on the floor. Ooh, I've got 2 of them. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to do 2 energies. That's 11 and 7. 11 and 7. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to do that. That's your current energies. So what I'm doing right now is pulling cards, oracle cards. The first card that I am pulling is Divine's Message to You. Excuse me, that's the only deck, or that deck is the only thing I use it for, is Divine's Message. Divine is the source. Cards are the resource. So you got to really be careful. Oh my gosh, who you're listening to when you do your tarot readings, where that message is coming from. Sorry, I have a Frenchie that is going through allergies really bad. And so she's just itching. But you really have to be mindful where those energies come from, because if they're just reading the cards, or if they're actually touching base on the other side. Okay, I'm an empath and highly intuitive, and do touch base on the other side. All right, so here we go. So what Divine is trying to share with you is the number 6. It's also the powerful move. This, I can really see it. He's trying to show you and unlock that he is working with you through a bunch of transformation, huge transformations. So this could mean that somebody's really working on themselves, is really pushing and putting some things to rest that no longer serve you. Because if you look at the chess piece at the bottom, it's falling away. There is a key in the center that Divine is trying to unlock, because at the end of the day, when you think of the higher vibration mindset, you win, because that's love. Everything you're doing is in love. Everything you're doing is out of love. Everything that you're sharing is love. Everything that you're manifesting is love. Okay, this is something new to somebody. This is definitely the number 7 and the number 2, 9, 10, 2, it's the number 2. So things are coming together and moving forward. So coming to life and metamorphosis. So it's like a new awakening. It's something that's fresh and new, whatever it is. We'll find out a little bit more deeper where that is going. However, you really have to pay attention to the process that's happening. I'm just so itchy. Sorry, my nose is just so itchy. You have to pay attention to the process and where it's taking you. So, because there are energies out there that want to take you off course, and you want to stay focused in to the way that you want to go is through love and a higher vibration. Okay, you want to go, we always say go to the light, and we always look up, but we actually need to focus in on the frequencies that are a higher vibration. Okay, so your future energies, I don't like doing the future energies only because it depends on your mindset. And if I'm not doing a one-on-one, I don't know where your head is at. I can't tell where your energies are at or anything like that. That's why I like to do one-on-ones with a FaceTime. It really helps me to read not only your auras, but the energies and everything that are going on. The 9 of Beetles, okay? So we have the 9 of Beetles, and beetles are earth, an earth energy. It's also money. It has to do with money in the future. So this is something that might be transforming. Maybe somebody, if you're working, you're going to change jobs. Thank you. I'll let them know in a minute. You're going to change jobs. If you're in school, you might just decide you want to change majors. There's nothing wrong with that. So what they're sharing is that our purpose and calling isn't always for a lifetime, because we go through so many processes in our life and so many things that we do in our life that when we're in our 20s and when we're in our 40s, our mindset is completely different. So that's why I had my daughter go to college later, because I wanted to make sure that she sort of knew what path at least she was going on, not to be fluttering all over and say, well, I don't know what I'm going to study, but I'm going to college. Well, you're just wasting money if you don't know what you want to study. And some people say, well, I just want to get my gen ed out of the way. Okay, that's great. But while you're doing that, really you got to focus in on what you want to do in the future, not just do the gen ed. You really need to do your due diligence, because that's your powerful move there. Again, too, our powerful move is which way you're thinking. So that's the number 6. It's progressive. It's also thinking about, is it a mindset of earth or is it a mindset of spirit? So, okay, I know that I've been saying this in a lot of the readings, but people are thinking from their head and not their authentic self. And they think from earth, which is your mind. Spirit is your authentic self, your calling, your passion, your purpose, whatever you're supposed to be doing, and then your body. So a lot of people think mind, spirit, body, when you should be spirit, you should be focusing in on spirit, mind, body. Okay, people are like, I don't know what she's talking about. It means that you're listening to your authentic self, what you desire, you want, what your heart is telling you that you want first. And then your heart, and you said, yeah, I want to, I really, really want to do this. I really have a passion to do this. So then that tells your mind, okay, so we need to do the resource of getting our ducks in a row for that. And then we'll move forward. And then your body reacts. Okay, well, I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to go do this. Or I'm going to do that. Same in a relationship. If you're thinking, well, gosh darn it, they're so selfish. Again, you're thinking earth first rather than spirit. Spirit would say, okay, spirit steps out of self sometimes first. What is their perspective on this? Why did they do that? What is the foundation of what they did that for? Getting their perspective, their spirit, their authentic self, and understanding that's love. Okay, when you say, well, man, we always fight about this. Well, there is a deep down foundation, because your journey is not theirs. Your upbringing is not theirs. You have to step out of yourself. Again, this is the metamorphosis, stepping out of yourself, understanding that person first, and then relating it. Then you say, okay, I don't agree, but now I understand where you're coming from. Okay, definitely. All right. I don't know who that's for. Okay, definitely. Okay, so something is moving to grow your, yes, somebody's really learning. This is your current energies for the last couple of months. Somebody's been really either showing a desire to learn or is in the process of learning. And somebody's watching you over your shoulder. So be really mindful in how you react, because somebody's watching and you might be an inspiration to somebody that you have no idea about. And that could be a humongous transformation for somebody. If somebody's going through crap and they see you going through a struggle, but you went through and you succeeded through it, That's huge. You know, you could become somebody's mentor or something in the future. Oh my God, look at these beautiful. Oh my God, look at these arcanas. Oh my God. Oh my God, you've got 4 arcanas in a row. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Wow. What is going on with you guys? What? Wow, Libras. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles. Again, you're learning. Again, you got to keep in mind, okay, it's a learning thing. It's a metamorphosis. It's something new. Something's coming up. I really got to pay attention to it, okay? And then you have the Fool, a very, very fresh, pure energy. Okay, very pure, very fresh. He's looking up. He's feeling those rays. He's feeling the newness. He's excited about it, okay? And the dog there is so excited. But this is a pure energy. He's not looking down. He's looking to the higher vibrations. He's looking, he's not saying, I can't do it. I don't want to do it, blah, 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 blah. Then you've got Temperance, okay? Then you have in the center of your reading, the King of Cups. This is awesome because the King of Cups is a huge transformation from being all anxiety, and anxiety is based from fear. And so you have all this anxiety, but he stays calm. So it's a new way of thinking. Breathing is huge, guys. When I took martial arts, it's humongous in calming, really calming oneself. And then look at what you have. Oh my gosh, the Sun. The Sun, 4 major arcanas. This is a reading, Libras, that you really need to rewatch, pay attention to, because your card before your challenge is opportunity. This is for you in your authentic self, and it's moving forward, and it is your honest truth. It's your honest. So somebody's been living either not allowing themselves to live the way that they want to and how they want to. Again, this is a metamorphosis. Now it's time to, I hate to say that, coming of life, come out. If that doesn't mean being gay or lesbian or anything. You'd be coming out. For example, in 2020, I told my daughter, I said, I'm coming out. And everybody thinks, oh, she's gay. No, I hid my spirituality. I hid my abilities for, well, I'm 65 now. So that was 25 years ago. So 60 years. 60 years. There's only 2 people in this world that knew what I was doing and accepted it. But everybody else knew the 3/4 Patty, but they didn't know the full Patty. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Your challenge card is, I think this is fear. This is your challenge. This is your past hurts, pains. This is what I've been through. You're looking at the past. Make that person look forward. Make that person look forward. Make that person say, I am worth it. I am in love of myself. I have value. I have everything. Because this is your challenge card, which means this is your fear. This is your weakness. This is things that somebody's so worried about what others think. Who cares? Who cares what other people think? Really, if they care about you, they will accept you for everything that you are. Because when I told my daughter that, I said, I'm going to lose some friends. And did I lose them? Not really. They just don't want to talk about that because of their belief system. But they don't want to ask me questions to become unignorant. Okay, because if you have abilities, those are God-given abilities or divine given abilities. But the other thing too is, Libras, this is me. And if you don't like me, then that's okay. I don't care what you really think when it comes to me. I do care, that I love you, and I do care about you as a person, but that doesn't mean you have to be in my life if you are against who I am and want me to squish it. I hope that makes sense. Okay. All right. So Libras, that is definitely it. This is definitely something you're going to have to do yourself. This is something that you have to transform. I don't know what this is for you, but there is light. When you see the light, that is going to come when you do it. It's going to be, and I will tell you from experience, I could literally hear the chains falling off. When I made that surrender and that decision, I can tell you where I was standing. I could tell you what I was feeling. I could literally, because I'm an audio empath, I could hear the chains falling. I could feel the weight falling. And I didn't, maybe it's age. Maybe as we get older, we just don't care what other people think. And what's sad is, I'll tell you from experience, I wished I would have taken what I know now and did it when I was younger. So I wished I would have said in my 20s and 30s, I don't care what anybody else thinks. If this is what I love to do, I do it. If this is where I want to go, I'm going to do it. I mean, I used to travel all over, do everything by myself because I'm a lone wolf, but I was so worried about what other people thought. To a point. And then sometimes I was ignorant. So anyway, okay. Let's see what Divine has to say elsewise. Okay, so we have the High Priestess in reverse. Again, this is a person who's not listening to their spiritual self. It is the number 2 again, guys. They want to bring it together. Libras. 5 of Pentacles. That somebody, you are afraid that, you're going to hurt somebody, or it's, going to hinder somebody, leave them behind. That's their issue. If they support and love you, they'll follow you. They'll stay with you and say, you know what? I may not agree with it. I may not understand it. Then ask me questions. But I'm not leaving you behind. I'm just becoming my authentic self, okay? Queen of Swords, definitely have to stand up for yourself. You've got the Ace of Cups. You've got the Ace of Cards now. And yeah, the Moon. Okay, so the Moon is definitely... is number 9 again. It's your challenge. What you see is not all that you see. Okay. And all you see is not everything you see. So again, we're back to the supernatural power of what you cannot see is something more powerful than what you can see. All right. Libras, I don't know what that is for you. However, I know that once you allow yourself or whoever it is to be themselves, and okay, so for somebody, somebody is changing and you're not understanding why they're doing what they're doing, okay? So it's like, well, they're just changing. They're not themselves anymore. Maybe they've gotten to that point where in their spiritual self, if it's in love and light, that they are getting to a point of this transformation that they don't care what anybody else thinks. Now, if they're going the other way, that's fear, that's anger, that's earth. And maybe they're becoming angry and bitter. That's because they're thinking more earthly, and the transformation to a higher self can happen. However, they've got to heal first. And if they don't want to heal, that's just going to put them in a spiral downward into low vibrations rather than a higher vibration. All right. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you're always welcome to comment and ask questions. I answer everybody's. Trust me. I enjoy what I do. But if you do feel like, oh man, I wish I could talk to her one-on-one, go to my website and set up an appointment. And I would be happy to help you out as well. All right. So this is your reading, Libras. This is for the end of June. And I will see you in July again. All right. I hope this was helpful. I love you guys. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share if this hit your heart for somebody. Appreciate them by sending them some love. All right. Take care.